Hi, this is Mr. Fleming, and it's December 16th, 2020, and we are going fully remote next week. And I am already remote. I am still well. I have no symptoms. We're just taking precautions, and as we should. We want to be serious, we want to be proactive, and we want to be in charge of our own safety. But this still means we have to devote time to our education and our classes. And if you're in my drawing class, I'm expecting you to be working in your sketchbook diligently. At this point, everyone is very clear of how we want the sketchbook to work and what we need to see in it. And it won't simply be final drafts of the projects we're doing in class. I want to see the process being much more part of our sketchbook. So in the classroom, you've seen the thumbnail sketches we've got together for our Christmas scenes. And from those thumbnails, I was able to put together this. And this is a series of different line drawings and shapes and tonal ranges of different Christmas images. And over here we have the manger very far away in silhouette. And here we have the three wise men very close to us. Foreground, midground, and background. But really, this is a rough, and from this rough, I will go to my final draft. Now, as far as the process goes, line, shape, this is a big part of composition and design, and I want to stress this. It really is. I'm not sure if it's the most important part, but it's certainly a very important part before you go to final draft. This step has been missing in a lot of our sketchbooks, and that are color studies. And color seems to be more of an afterthought, more of a habit, than actually part of the planning process. I'd like to see this being more part of the planning process. So we have the thumbnails, we have the rough, and now I'm going through different color studies to see which might work for my drawing. Over here I have the secondary colors, purple, green, and orange, and I kind of like them. Over here I'm playing with complementary, the red and green, and here is the blue and orange, purple and yellow. And what I did is I combined them to make this thumbnail up here. You can see the purple, the green, and the orange are my secondary colors. Over here in my foreground are my complementary colors for my three wise men, and it is on a horizontal plane. So with this and with this, I can go in and make a rough sketch, and from the rough sketch, I can come with the final draft and know exactly where I'm going. You would have two drawings, and this one is naturalistic. Naturalistic in the sense that we're trying to depict nature as it is, more or less. Of course, it is a reduction. We can also see that I'm clearly using my secondary colors, the green, the orange, and purple to dominate. Over here, complementary colors. There's a plan before I come to final draft, and that's what I want to see. Now, I was using cardstock, and I'm not going to use this anymore. The paper just took too much of a beating during the drawing process. So that's another thing you can learn by making art is choose good paper. It always works better. Now, the other one I wanted you to do was something abstract. Now, I know I'm going to get one of my students say, Mr. Fleming, that's not abstract, it's figurative. And you're right. Little feet and the hands and the heads, sure, it is figurative. But really, they look like bowling pins. They're just interesting shapes in which I can put color fields next to each other and learn from it. And like, for instance, this purple I don't think is quite working the way it should. I think the orange is too deep over here. But this is going to happen during the process. But please keep in mind the horizontal and the vertical plane. You have to make sure that that decision is made first. So next in all projects, it's that thumbnail, the color studies, and the final draft. I will be checking your sketchbooks when you come back, and I will be expecting a good amount of time. I suggested that you do 8 by 10 as a size. That gives you a little bit of room for error in your sketchbooks. If you have a smaller sketchbook, by all means, you can go to a smaller size. But I will be able to tell work because I do draw in it. And so be clear what we're looking for. We want to see very clear thumbnails, color studies, a rough draft, and then our final draft. So if you're in the classroom this week or you're fully remote, these two projects were supposed to be done before Christmas. It isn't necessary that it has to be a Christmas theme, but I want to see thumbnails, color studies, rough draft, and then final draft. So this needs to get done before Christmas, and next week I'll be putting up some more drawing lessons on my YouTube channel, so please check that out also. But as we come into the Christmas holiday, and as we look to go fully remote, at least the first week of January, please be serious about devoting time to that sketchbook. I know there are a lot of things on your plate, and you really do have to set priorities, and I do understand that. But you're a student at St. Paul, and we expect that you are devoting time to all your classes. So when you come back, between the time in the classroom, because I've been gone for a week, and the Christmas holiday and the week going remote, you should have at least 20 hours in that sketchbook. My sketchbook is almost filled. I'm going to guess I'll have to get a new sketchbook before we come back. You may also. Please check out the LMS. I'm going to do my best to get short lessons on there for you guys to see, to learn, and to practice. But you're not going to improve unless you devote time to that sketchbook. The videos will certainly help, and that will keep our connection going. But you've got to check that LMS out every day that we're supposed to be in school. But have a great Christmas. Love your families. Love everyone else. Make art, because art won't make itself. Thank you.